And welcome back to another of the Abersoch Dunkers podcast. We're here today with quite an interesting man. That man's name's Andy Teague, and he's become known as the Dunkers Action Man. So we'll see what Andy's got to say and all the stories that surround him in just a short while. But first of all, I'd like to just cover a few of the basics about what we do with the Abersoch Dunkers, what the different offshoots that have been developed. For example, the Strolling Dunkers, that's a WhatsApp group about people who want to sort of wander around the peninsula. There's the Happy Hookers, our quirky knitters group, and also the Gentlemen's Dunkers. Yes, we even have a Gentlemen's Dunkers. So it's all about creating supportive networks where deep friendships form immediately. Now, there's a unique world of ocean dunking in Abersoch, and you may ask what makes it unique and what makes Abersoch so special. I guess for the Dunkers, it's a bit because we've got the facilities like those little gems, the beach huts that the Williams allow us to use. We've got some beautiful sheltered spots in the harbour and also long golden beaches. And our experiences here are truly one of a kind, but welcome whoever wants to just have a go. So whether it's the clear, refreshing water or the way our seaside village comes to life during the summer, well, hey, our Dunkers, we've got quite a modest and respectful group of the mid-teens in normal days, but in summer we can claim over 50 Dunkers. So we've really got a very, very strong following. As we move forward in our podcasts, we'll explore how every new member is embraced into our close-knit family, and we'll shine a light on the incredible settings that make Abersoch so special. And remember, we're here to have fun, share genuine stories and inspire you to take the plunge. And if not today, then maybe in the future. We'll have a website up soon, and that's at dunkerspodcast.com. And what we actually want you to do is interact with that website, tell us your stories about dunking, and maybe get involved a little bit more. So at this stage, let's come over to Andy, and I welcome Andy. Welcome to the Dunkers podcast.
Thank you, Mark. It's great to be here today.
So the first question we've got to ask is, why dunking? Where did dunking come from for you, Andy?
Well, I used to be coming here for a long time to Abersoch, and once I decided to come and live here, there was this group of people who would turn up every morning. And again, like yourself, Mark, always welcoming people into the group. I thought, right, I'll give it a go. And that's where it came from me. Just I kept on seeing you guys go in the water.
So you were sort of sitting on the steps and watching for it to start with, were you? And then you just sort of thought, I'm going to have a go at this. Or were you just bullied into it?
Well, I used to come wakeboarding in the morning because it was in August.
Okay.
So I didn't quite get the timings right. But I thought once the end of the summer has come, that's something that I could do on a daily basis.
Yeah.
And fit into my day as part of a fitness routine, really, and a bit of a part of the day.
Yeah, starts your day off.
Yeah, it starts your day off. And at first I didn't do the walk afterwards. I didn't really know what that was about. And it was sort of bullied into that afterwards as well.
We have talked about this on previous podcasts. And the walk, I think you'll agree, the walk is really important, especially in those winter months.
The walk is so good. It warms you up. You can drink your coffee. And there's always someone there with something going on in their life that just to chat about. And there's always a pair of ears. And sometimes in life, you just need someone to listen and for you to download. And you can step off the beach feeling better.
Yeah, you've shared it. And that's absolutely right. And I think a number of the quirky things that we do, I think one of the things that seems to come out of most new dunkers is this immediate trepidation about stripping off in front of all these strangers, and even worse still, coming out of the water wet through and having to strip off again and get dressed again. It's quite a change from the norm, isn't it?
It is, and I think the group's very welcoming, and it doesn't matter what shape or size you are. No one judges you. No one judges you whether you put a wetsuit on or a top, or it doesn't matter. As long as you get in the water and have fun and a chat, the time just goes very quickly. And before you know where you are, you got your coffee in your hand and you're walking down the beach.
Absolutely. And again, one of the other things that we've mentioned is the fact that the water is really, she's the mistress that sort of determines how long you stay in the water and how much enjoyment, because like this morning, for example, it was just so bouncy. It was, you're barely able to get your breath yet. Yesterday was like a mill pond.
Unfortunately, I missed the perfect conditions of yesterday. Today was a bit bouncy. It's nice to see people come and enjoy the bouncy days. And sometimes people come down and go, oh, no, it's not for me. As you know, Mark, my saying is, make your decision from the beach, not your bed. Because a lot of people will get up, look out the window and go, well, it's not for me. But when you get on the beach, it's completely different.
And I think that message really has sort of, you've pecked all of us sufficiently that we all think that now. Yeah, make your decision from the beach. It's really important.
The amount of people who say to me, I woke up this morning and I could hear your words in the back of my head, Andy. Make your decision from the beach, not the bed. And that's why I'm here. Sometimes people come down and they'll go, no, it's not for me. And they'll just come for a walk, which is just as good.
Yeah, and equally, when it is bouncy and there are people who are unsure, we do, I think I'm right to say, you'll agree, we do sort of group and stay together pretty tight. So look after the people. And if it's really bad, I'm just thinking of one lady who's just had an operation on her foot, and she, we almost talk her out of coming in sometimes, don't we?
We do, yes. But we also sometimes talk people to go in.
Yeah.
It's always nice to see your friends get slapped down by a big wave. We're always there to help pick them up after we've got off the ground laughing at them.
Absolutely, yeah. And safety, water and safety has been a pretty big part of your life, really, isn't it? It's sort of, because the more I know you, the more I discover about what you've been doing in the past, and going back all years and years, you've always been around water, haven't you?
Yeah, ever since a small child, always come to Wales. Started off in Aberdyfi, then Triada Bay. And I defected then to Abersoch, and always been around water, boats, swimming, surfing, and the sea has to be respected, and cold water dunking, because we swim down to quite cold temperatures of 6, sometimes 5 degrees, and we're very conscious of how long we stay in the water, and that we get warm and dry afterwards, and we'll look out for each other to make sure that people aren't, suffering from the cold too much. Mm.
Have you dunked anywhere else, as a matter of interest? I mean, obviously you've spent a lot of time in water, but have you actually, has dunking been part of your life anywhere else, say Aberdyfi or anywhere like that?
No, since we started dunking in Abersoch, it's now a bit addictive. So wherever we go, if there's water there, so we went to America, we dunked in a couple of the Great Lakes. We went to a wedding in Bournemouth, so there's a bit of sea down there. We dunked in Bournemouth. Went to Brighton. We dunked in Brighton. So wherever we go, I'm off to Greece next week, so we'll be dunking each morning before breakfast. So if there's water there, we like to dunk in it, because it just adds another location to the places that we've gone.
Your day. Absolutely. Yeah.
But wherever we go, we then realise how lucky we are dunking in Abersoch, because it is such a beautiful surrounding, and there's not many places I've been that can beat this place. No,
you're right. It's there is a uniqueness about it, and I think it's that sort of, it's that quality, it's the sand, it's the water. The fact, I think what somebody said only the other day, it's the fact it's a bay. it's not just the coast; it's a big bay, and when the air and the temperature allows, you can see right across to the far coast, and it's absolutely beautiful. We are very lucky. I think there's one or two of us that are trying to turn this into another one of the Welsh blue zones. You know, they've got the blue zones all around the world. These zones of absolute sort of special environment where people live to 150 or something crazy. Well,
yes, I've seen a few programs on that. Whether my wife can put up with me till I'm 150, I don't know. But it is magical when you come down to the water in January, February time, when we go in the water and we see the sun come up over the hills at the other side of Cardigan Bay. And sometimes we have the moon behind us over the beach huts at the same time. And the colours are just immense, the blues and the oranges, which you don't see in the summer. So that if you come dunking with us in the summer, you need to come in the winter, because it's just spectacular in the morning.
Absolutely. And obviously the thing is that I made the introduction of you as the Dunkers action man. We'll get to that in a minute. But what's your thoughts on, for example, urban dunking, where people use these dustbins, for sake of a better expression, without a lid, and fill them full of ice water, and or they have the sort of the showers in the morning? What do you think? Would you do that if you weren't down here?
A shower
maybe
should be hot. If it isn't, I don't shower. Dustbins and these ice baths. I know that dunking is great for you. So if that's all you've got, I think hats off to you. I think to get up in the morning, go out onto your patio and jump in a bucket of ice water, and then go back in, have a shower and start your day. I've got to take my hat off to you. The benefits of cold water immersion are there, and anyone who can do that outside on the patio at home in Manchester or wherever you live, I think great. Good luck on you.
You've got a very big pair, as they would say, haven't you?
Absolutely, yes, yes.
It's not an easy transition to make, but obviously, I'd like to sort of just talk to you a little bit about all your activities and your exercise and your fitness, because it's in my mind to ask you if you could sort of come back in future podcasts and just give people a bit of guidance and a bit of advice as to how they might be able to merge their urban or city life into a life which embraces a bit more exercise and obviously cold water dunking. But before we do that, I guess a nice intro, a nice segue into that would be to know that you're also a wild swimmer. You do swim out up in the mountains at times, don't you?
Yes, we go up Snowdon, and there's some rock pools up the Watkin Pass where you can have a great walk and then have a dunk in beautiful, crystal clear, drinkable water, which is just an amazing experience. It's like being in an infinity pool, and you can sit there and just look down the mountain, and it's just a fantastic experience.
Yeah, I can tell from your voice that you know that is to be true, and I think that's something that people can share wherever they are, whether they're in Yorkshire or if they're in Lancashire or obviously North Wales. But there's lots and lots of places that you can do wild swimming, and we'll actually have a podcast or two about wild swimming. There's one or two people we know that do this and even write about it. So I'm hoping that they'll join me and we can catch up on that. But I can't let this one go. Talking of Snowdon, you won't be going up Snowdon to do some wild swimming. Why are you going up Snowdon in less than a few weeks?
Why am I going up Snowdon in less than a few weeks? Well, we have an event here called The Rock in Abersoch, where you do a 1,500 metre swim. You then get on a bike and cycle 50 kilometres to the bottom of Snowdon. You then go up Snowdon, whether you walk fast, a little bit of running, get to the top, and then come back down again. So the whole journey up and down is 12k. And then you get back on your bike and cycle back to Abersoch. And just when you think, that's enough, oh no, there's that one last little bit, which is the 1 kilometre run. I would call it a shuffle down the beach to the first groin and back again. And it's going to take me probably about 8 hours.
Wow.
Is the plan. So I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a challenge. It's not about the time, it's about the line. And enjoy the day. And hopefully we'll have a nice day so we can actually take the views in once we get to the top of Snowdon.
Fantastic. What's that event called?
It's called The Rock.
Okay. It must be one of the hardest, cruelest events of its sort in Great Britain, isn't it? There can't be many.
It's like a triathlon on steroids, I think. It's going to be good. I've done some cycling training. We've been in the sea. Off to Greece next week. I'm going to take my wetsuit with me and get some more open water swimming practice in the wetsuit. But it should be a little bit warmer there than it is here.
Absolutely.
Currently.
But you did am I right saying you did the triathlon last year?
Yes, I did a triathlon last year. It was my first one. I did the sprint triathlon, and I'm going to be doing that again this year.
From Abersoch. And then in October, I've entered the Barmouth Hurly Burly. Oh, tell us. Hurly Burly. What on earth is the Hurly Burly?
It's a 10-kilometre swim. I've never swam that far before. But you swim up the estuary at Barmouth. But you swim up with the tide, so the tide pushes you up. So it doesn't, so I'm told, feel like 10k swimming. But it's fairly shallow, so if you get tired, you can just stand up.
Oh, right, okay.
And then you get bussed back down to where you started. And hopefully have a bit of a coffee and cake afterwards, which the Dunkers do like.
Yeah, we do. We've got a penchant for coffee and cake, haven't we? Whenever it's sunny, we'll stop off and make the beach a bit longer experience by having coffee and cake. Well, I definitely want you back to. We want to know about what's happened with the Rock and also about the Hurly Burly. The Hurly Burly sounds absolutely crazy. I mean, the Rock, you've got to be a bit special. But is this always been a driver for you? These really outrageously hard events.
No, I think as you get older, you want something to do, a purpose in your life. And I think I'm 56, and I think it's very important to now build your strength up and your fitness to go into later in life, because naturally our muscle mass starts to leave us, and I think it's important to build that up so you enjoy the next phase of your life healthy and not weak and frail. Yeah.
There are a lot of people who subscribe to that, which is and a growing number of people that subscribe to that. It's something that we've always got to be very conscious of. But I know I'm going to sort of hark back because I seem to remember you had sort of one or two quite other auspicious events for your 40th. You sailed.
Yeah, there's a little puddle between us and America called the Atlantic, and I do mention it every now and then. My children think, will he ever shut up about his Atlantic crossing? But I did sail the Atlantic in 2008 on a 51-foot yacht, and we raced across the Atlantic with 225 other boats and came second.
Wow, amazing.
So we had a fantastic trip, and at the end of the trip, my wife and 2 children came out to spend Christmas and New Year in the Caribbean with 4 other families. Brilliant. So it was an adventure and a holiday of a lifetime, which all the families remember. And it was great because the children were younger then as well. It's something they've always remembered.
Right. And are they into fitness like you are?
No.
Have you pushed them into it? Embarrassed them into it?
Not really. They're young. They've got things going on in their lives. Ben, the eldest, is only this morning he's announced that he's going to complete half a marathon. So I'm sure he'll be glad that I've just broadcast that on a podcast.
Absolutely.
So when he listens to that, he'll go, "Oh, I've got to do it now, Dad."
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you're on.
And Jamie, he's busy with his life in Sheffield, but hopefully he'll kickstart his fitness journey, because he was a big gym bunny back when he was a little bit younger. Okay, a bit like yourself. You've been something of a was it Taekwondo that you were with? You did a martial arts, didn't you, up to about black belt? Yes, I did a martial arts for about 12 years. I got up to a third degree in Taekwondo, and did a lot of teaching of Taekwondo to adults, but mainly children. Which was great fun. Working with kids is always great fun, especially when you can hand them back to the parents at the end of the hour. Unfortunately, I had to take 2 of them home with me because they were my own children. But we got the children to black belt as well, which was great fun. It's always nice to see children develop when you train them for 10 years. Absolutely. It's great to see them go through the different stages of life. Yeah, and they'll remember you. They'll take you with them in the sort of the back of the mind for the rest of their lives, or at least the discipline that you gave them and the guidance, I'm quite sure. So what are you're doing? I know you're very much a community man, and we've talked about water, we've talked about excess, to me, the excess athletic feats. But what I know you're involved with giving things back now to the community as far as Abersoch goes. How's that going for you? At the moment, I'm doing some teaching with a local company called Abersoch, which do water sports activities. And in the summer, we run a programme for the local school children where we teach them to sail. So I volunteer as one of the coaches. And so on a Monday night for 8 weeks, we take the children out and we get them sailing and give them confidence in the water. And we've done that. This is, I think, our 3rd year now of doing that. And it's great for the kids to come down on a Monday night after school, and mum and dad sit on the beach and, watch the kids have
the
fun.
Coffee and watch the kids.
Yeah.
So that's obviously an Abersoch-centric event. We've got, for our listener, Abersoch's about 5 miles away from Pwllheli, which is where effectively the main harbour is round here. But Abersoch, because of the quality of the sand and because of the quality of the water, such a lot of activities are going on down here. So is that, you say for the locals, that's for Welsh children, or is it for English and Welsh children, but everybody has to live down here? Is that the precursor? It's open to anyone, but it's the local children, the Welsh children, or locals, because it's on a Monday night. So we do it for 8 weeks. So there's not many people here on a Monday night. And where would they find you to do that? If anybody wants to sort of hook in on that, that would be the Abersoch Hydro. Do they have a website or a Facebook? Yes, that's hydroabersoch.com, I think. Okay. I'm not too sure, actually. Okay. Well, no, you probably very rarely have to go onto the website. Yeah, you're part of it. It's just that it's nice if people who are listening to this can sort of say they can kick their kids from off the sofa in front of the telly out to do a bit of sailing on a Monday night. So absolutely, I think very important for this generation coming through to be able to do a sport that doesn't involve holding a phone in the hand. And it's great to get them out on the beach, get them tired and sandy.
they are so lucky to live in a place where they can come down to the beach after school and enjoy themselves.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. We have a tradition, or we are building a tradition with this podcast, of asking our guests what particular question that's been left by our previous guest. And because this podcast is so new, we haven't actually got the question. So I'm going to ask you a question because I've got one. So I'm going to say, what is the greatest wealth in your life? What's the greatest wealth, would you say, in your life?
What is the greatest wealth? I think as you get older, you realise money isn't wealth. Health is definitely wealth. To be able to think that, yes, I'm going to give that rock event a go. I'm going to give I'm going to get out my bike and go and ride to cricket, and have that zest for life. Because if you don't have your health, that you're missing out on so many different things. And being able to, go on the beach and have fun with the kids, whether it be your grandkids. I haven't got the honour to have grandkids yet, but health, I think, is so important because it gives you so much more in life.
I totally agree. I'm going to sneak in one more because I'm just interested, especially bearing in mind your background. Where do you think you will be in 5 years?
5 years. So I'll be
61.
61. That's a good question. Where am I going to be in 5 years?
Well, listener, let me tell you, he's been very contemplative at this moment.
I would hope I'm still here, and I would hope that I've still got my health, because I'm working on it now, and I would like to, in the next 5 years, complete a marathon, because I've never done a marathon, and I just feel as though that's another
big
tick box I'd like to do. And I'd like to do more swimming and, maybe a few more endurance things. But I'm really happy with my life. And where do I want to be? I just want to be able to come down the beach and dunk and hold court at the beach cafe after dunking and make people laugh.
Listener, I assure you, he's going to do that because what Andy hasn't said is the fact he now produces a monthly synopsis or a pendium or a chronicle of what's happened day by day with the Dunkers here in Abersoch. So if you come down to, if you go onto the webpage, Abersoch Dunkers, you will be able to see a number of different photographs. And maybe in the not too distant future, maybe that chronicle will be available for other than regular dunkers to enjoy. But Andy's also a bit of a quiet one on the writing. Andy, thank you very much indeed. I had a great time with you this morning, and we'll be with you in the next 5 years, I hope.
Thanks for inviting me today, Mark. I've really enjoyed a chat with you, and I look forward to seeing you on the beach tomorrow.
That's the date, as they say.